No Narratives Podcast, episode 41. I got a very, very special guest on, a guy that I haven't done a podcast with ever, actually. But I know this guy. I'm fond of this guy, man. Castro, introduce yourself, man, to the pod.
Appreciate it, man. My name is Marco Castro, NBA savant. Now I got a lot of hot takes, man. So I'm glad that you're giving me the opportunity here to to showcase them, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I think this episode I wanted to do kind of cover the over unders. We're gonna do the Eastern Conference first, then we're gonna go to the Western Conference. I'm gonna split this up into two parts, two different episodes, so y'all be aware of that. First, we're starting off with the Washington Wizards, whose sportsbook has them projected at 20.5. Do you have them over or under that number?
20 and a half. 20 and a half. Yeah. I got them as I'll do an under on them. I did look at their lineup. Apparently, the starting five. I haven't seen three of them play. Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, and Alex Sarr. I'm assuming those are young guys that I personally haven't seen. I know Sarr's a young guy, right? He's like second year. So you got the veterans CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton. Obviously, Middleton's been riddled with injuries for a couple years now, and then McCollum. I mean, he's a great player, but he can't do it by himself. They don't really got a bench either, so I got him under, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I think under 20.5 is kind of crazy. I think that they won 18 games last year. Middleton is going to start the season off healthy. They got CJ McCollum, who's a vet. He can do some things still. I like AJ Johnson. His summer league was really, really great. Alex Sarr going into year two. Bub Carrington. They traded for Cam Whitmore from the Houston Rockets. I like this team. I think they got a nice mix of vets. I mean, it's only two really. As I look at the roster, they do got Corey Kispert. They got some other, but they got some good young talent here. I'm gonna go over.
I was high on Bagley, man. If Bagley can be what he was supposed to be 4 years ago, and come off the bench and produce, I mean, they can easily go over. But just looking at the starting five, I'm gonna go under on it.
Moving on to the Brooklyn Nets, just like the Washington Wizards, they are 20.5. Do you have them over or under 20.5?
I'm gonna go over. But they picked up Michael Porter Jr. And I think Porter Jr. when he's hot, he's hot. I think that's a great pickup. They got DeAnthony Melton. He's not bad. Terrence Mann, he's good too.
Oh, they got Terrence. Damn.
Yeah. They got Nick Claxton. He's all right as well as a center. He's a young center. Yeah. I think they can, especially in the East. I think they could go over by 4 or 5 games.
Okay, that's good for them. 20.5. I think I'm gonna say over 2. I think the East is it's gonna be wins to be had in that conference unless these teams just start flat out tanking. Michael Porter Jr. I imagine him having a breath of fresh air. So role designated this year, having more free reign, having more usage, more minutes. Cam Thomas, he looking for a new contract. I imagine him hooping really well. Nick Claxton, like you said, he's been there since the beginning. Keon Johnson, I do like Keon Johnson. Zaire Williams, he kind of hasn't really been the same since the injury that he sustained in Memphis. They drafted like 5 players in this year's draft. Like they drafted like a ton of players. So I'm assuming that they just gonna hope that one of these guys or two of these guys hit. I'm not really sure what they're gonna get from DeAnthony Melton, Terrence Mann. I don't want to stay there forever though. What we got next for the over under? Who is next? Oh, the Charlotte Hornets, 27.5. Over or under 27.5 wins for the Charlotte Hornets.
You know what? I got them over. I actually like their starting five. I love their starting five. They got LaMelo Ball. He's great. You got Brandon Miller, high draft pick. He can be stellar too. Miles Bridges, he's great. Mason Plumlee's been everywhere, and I mean he can produce too. He will do what he needs to do. They got Sexton, they got Josh Green, they got Grant Williams, they got Dinwiddie, and they got. I really like this rookie, man. He's Knuple, man. Knuple.
Oh,
he's a dog, man. He's a dog. He's like one of those players that's came straight off the farm, man. Just super strong, super smart. I think they go over.
Uh, it's tough. I want to believe in them. I really do. But LaMelo Ball has played 105 games in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Like I'm looking at the numbers. 36 games in 2023, 22 games in 2024, 47 games last year. So at least he played more than half of the games. Then I go look at what Brandon Miller did his second season in the league.
Yeah.
27 games played. Like
Yeah.
this team is a team that stays injured. I don't know if I can trust their roster. I do like Knipple. I think he won Summer League MVP. You were right about
Yep.
Miles Bridges. He's a good player. I like Trey Mann. He was hurt last year a lot. He
Yep.
had like a back injury or something that he was dealing with. They did trade for Colin Sexton. You almost swayed me when you said
Yeah.
under. You really did. But 27 and a half is a lot. And I just don't trust them to stay healthy. I'm going to go under on the Charlotte Hornets, 27 and a half. We can go to the next team. This team is just a very, very weird team year in and year out. I'll lead with this one. The Chicago Bulls, 30 and a half wins over or under on them. I am going to say they are going to go over. They are at worst going to push or they're going to go over. I really, truly believe that. This team does not know how to tank. They don't know what tanking is. They just continuously try to push for the play in. And if they don't make the play in, they try to barely miss the play in. But I really do like what they have in Josh Giddey. I think that he showed what he could do when he has the ball in his hands. Matas Buzelis, I think he's a good player. He's a stud. Kobe White, he's looking for a contract. He's looking for a new contract extension. They traded for Isaac Okoro. I've always liked Ayo Dosunmu. They have Zach Collins, other guys. Patrick Williams. I'm out on him. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from him. But
Yeah.
what are you with the Bulls?
I think they go over too. I mean, last year they won 39. I don't think that they're horrible this year. I mean, they got great bigs: Buzelis, Vucevic, Zach Collins, Jalen Smith, and they got Patrick Williams. I mean, if Patrick Williams is he's either good or bad. He's not starting. So if you limit his minutes and he goes 100%, he can do great things for the Bulls. And you're right, bro. It doesn't matter who their starting five is or who their bench is or who their coach is. Like they fight. They fight. They win games they're not supposed to win. So I could see them going over. I could see them.
Yeah, they do. They won a lot of games kind of late last year. Kind of took themselves out of what I forgot. Oh, that's what somebody said. Essentially, the shot that Josh Giddey hit last year versus the Lakers, that half court buzzer beater,
The half court, yeah.
essentially cost them the number one overall pick. That shot was what allowed the Mavericks.
One meaningless game, bro.
That's the type of stuff that cripples franchises, though, and that's why mediocre franchises just stay mediocre. So I think that's that. But I'm gonna let you do the next one. The next one is the Toronto Raptors, 37 and a half. What do you think? Are they over that number or under that number?
I think they go. I think they go over. They got that boy Grady Dick, bro. Scotty Barnes, he's nice. They're getting Brandon Ingram. I think he's gonna do great there. RJ Barrett, I've always been a fan of Barrett. I think he does a lot of things that don't show up on a stat sheet. I think he's great. Podol, Quickly's nice. Their bench is the problem, though. Their bench is the problem. So, as a fan of Duke, Brandon Ingram and Barrett, I'm just gonna say over, just off bias.
I think that it just depends on how you want to segue the lineups and stuff like that. For me personally, I like their roster. I look at their roster and I see Brandon Ingram and I see RJ Barrett and I see Grady Dick and I see Emmanuel Quickly. Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram are both former All-Stars in this league. Like, they are solid. Grady Dick, like you said, he is coming of age as a player. Like, RJ Barrett is a vet now. Like, he's been in the league. They signed Jakob Porto to a crazy extension. They have talent. You're right. As I look at their bench, I mean, they got Jamal Shee out of U of H. He's solid. Ochai
Yeah.
Agbaji. He got drafted, I think, by Utah and then traded. But I don't know what to make of him yet. I don't know what kind of player he is.
Yeah.
Sandro, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I am so sorry. Sandro, I'm just gonna call him Sandro. He's a solid, pick and pop big, but he doesn't play defense at all. They have some talent there. I'm gonna go over 37.5 as well.
And they got a top
I
10 pick. They got Murray
yeah.
Boyles, Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina. So I mean he might push him over that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
top
Yep. I
10
see
pick.
him. Yep. From South Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a good one. Okay. So the next team we have is the Miami Heat. They are 38.5. Do you have where do you got them at?
I got them over based upon their bench and based upon also their coaching. I'm a huge fan of their coach. I think their coach is probably at the end of the day going to be a top 10 coach of all time. You could give him any type of roster and he's going to make something of it, man.
Mhm.
Like that, I don't think that COVID year was a fluke. I really don't. I think it was I think it was the players did great, but I think the coaching, he's masterful, man. They got Wiggins, they got Hero, they got
Yep. Love
Bam,
Wiggins.
and they got Norman Powell. Rozier off the bench.
Mhm.
Davion Mitchell, who can score. They got Jamie Watkins Jr. They got Jovic, and I guarantee you, there's names on this team that I've never seen before. Jacques Pell Larson, Haywood Highsmith. I could bet you that one of those players does great.
You missed out on Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware is a stud. He's a really really good player.
He's
Yeah,
starting.
Norman Powell's coming off a season where he arguably could have made All Star if
Hmm.
LeBron didn't decide at the last minute he wasn't going to play and just bowed out. They do have talent, and I do trust Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah,
37.5. I mean 38.5. Yes, I do have them over 38.5. The reason why, honestly, is because it's the Eastern Conference. Like a
yeah,
lot of the teams that we are about to get to have some major injuries on the team. So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to have to, obviously get to that point now. But let's get to the next team on the list, which is the Indiana Pacers. They are also at 38.5 over under. I'm going to say that 38.5, that they actually, please don't hate me. I think they're going to go under. I think they're going to go under, man. I don't, Andrew Nimhard as a full time point guard, like for the whole season. Now, Rick Carlisle, that's no disrespect. Rick Carlisle is one of the best coaches in the game. Pascal Siakam is solid, but man, you know what? No, I change it. They're gonna go over 38 and a half. They're gonna win 42 games. I say they go 42 and 40. But Tyrese Halliburton is not gonna be there next season. They
Yeah.
lost Miles Turner. Like they don't their next big I'm looking at is Thomas Bryant, Isaiah Jackson, Jarris Walker, Tony. Oh, I think they have James Wiseman and Jay Huff. Like I don't really know what to
Yeah.
make of this team. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go over, but like barely and reluctantly.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Actually, I think they'll get a 40. Nemhard and McConnell. Yeah, he's a starter, but I feel like they split minutes. I can honestly see him trusting McConnell more.
Mhm.
I mean, you saw what he did in the playoffs. I mean, he was dominating on
Yeah.
defense too, and I could see him taking more minutes away from Nemhard. Mathurin's nice. Siakam's gonna do Siakam things. I think he's great. But yeah, that the center position is out of there. Tony Bradley, Jerace Walker, Isaiah Jackson. I mean, that's going to be their problem. But I still, yeah, Carlisle's been everywhere, been here for forever. I trust them. I think they could hit a 40.
Okay. Next on this list, I think this is going to be the toughest team of all. The Philadelphia 76ers, 41 and a half over under projected wins. What say you?
um, I'm gonna go over. I think Joel Embiid, right when he plays, I think all these guys actually, Maxi, George, and Embiid, are gonna have to play with a chip on their shoulder because at the end of the day, all three of them, even George, has been labeled as just can't carry teams. Can't do it. George needs to prove something to everybody. He's the one player in the NBA I feel like gets the most passes, and I think a lot of people are sort of over that now. They got Oubre Jr. They got Kyle Lowry. Lowry got a chip. I think he's a great veteran. So they got Drummond too, but he's old. They got Eric Gordon. He's old. But you got a lot of vets on here that can sort of moving forward, especially for Edgecombe, Maxey, Grimes. Those three guys that are starting can lean on those vets. So I think they can go over, man. I think they can do it.
Man, this one is tough. The only reason why this is like extremely tough outside of Embiid and Paul George being injury prone is
Yeah.
literally Embiid is having knee problems right now at this moment. He may not start
Yeah.
training camp right now at this moment. Paul George just had knee surgery. He might not be ready for training camp right now at this moment. Like these guys are already not even in September, not even
Yeah.
in mid-August, and they already have knee problems. Joel Embiid hasn't played since when? March, February? I don't even remember. He already have knee problems. Paul George hasn't played since March, February. He already has knee problems. Edgecombe is going to get a lot of minutes. Tyrese Maxey is going to get a lot of minutes. Quentin Grimes, Jared McCain, like you said, Andre Drummond, but he's older. Oubre. But where is the size coming from? Where is the interior force coming from? Paul George is making $50 million a year. You say he has a lot to prove. I say he doesn't. He has $50 million. So I don't really know what to expect of this team. I'm going to say that they go over simply because it's the Eastern Conference. And, you know, I say this a lot, but somebody has to win games. So I'm going to go over because I just trust like Maxey. Maxey can go out there and like potentially lead the league in scoring. That's how much of a gunner he's going to be. But like, I don't trust this roster. They lost Yabusele.
I'm looking at, as of today, they're starting 5. They got Paul George as power forward. Now, I don't know how accurate that is right now. They got Oubre Jr. on the bench, and small forward is going to be Edgecombe. If this is the starting 5, I can't in the world see Paul George play power forward.
I mean, that sounds about right. You would want. I mean, because a team like that, especially with Daryl Morey, kind of like in that front office, they're gonna prioritize like more so spacing. And Paul George at the 4 gives you theoretical spacing. I always call it theoretical spacing because it's not like unless he's shooting 40% from 3 and making defenses like bend to his like will offensively. I'm not just going to give him that. Next team on the docket, we got the Boston Celtics. They are slated at 42. No, I'm sorry. Right. 42 and a half wins over or under. What say you about the Boston Celtics? Jason Tatum is out with an Achilles injury. Al Horford is still in the win. We don't know what they're going to do with him. What do you say?
I think they're under. I think this is going to be my surprise pick, man. I personally don't think they have a power forward or a center that can keep up with really the rest of the conference. I think they're in the bottom half of the Eastern Conference in terms of talent on power forward and center. They got Neemias Queta, Sam Hauser, Jaylen Brown. He's going to have to basically do everything. They got Derek White starting, and you got Anthony Simons. So that starting 5, I don't see it. I think Tatum is the cog piece that I believe makes everything go. Even though it may not seem like it, I feel like the team plays with more confidence with him out there. He has no fear, man. He has that Kobe mentality, right? He's a big Kobe fan. Like that's how he plays. He'll take tough shots. So without him, I think they go under, man.
He should be. And then he got hurt in the playoffs, second round.
He's cooked.
Yeah, so I think that this, I don't care how many videos they show of him walking without his boot. This team made a lot of moves to get out of that second apron, and save a lot of money. Like I said earlier, Al Horford is still in the win, so I'm not really sure to do with him. Jason Tatum, obviously with the Achilles injury, they didn't have size before Jason Tatum's Achilles. Even if you don't have Jason Tatum injury, they don't have size. We don't know what they're going to do with Al Horford. And even if they keep him, he's almost 40 years old. Jaylen Brown, man, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, they have some pieces. Anthony Simons is a good pickup. Torrey Craig can play spot minutes here and there at that wing. Xavier Tillman is solid. I liked him when he was in Memphis.
Yep.
Shoot, man, this is tough. 42 and a half. I'm going to say 41 and 41. So, yes, I'm going to go under right with you. I'm going to rock with you on that. we're gonna get to the Milwaukee Bucks, and their over under is 42 and a half. I am going to say over, and I'm only going over strictly because of Giannis Antetokounmpo, strictly because they are in the Eastern Conference. But as I look at this roster, Gary Harris, Bobby Portis Jr., Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter. Damn, they got 3 juniors on the team. Kevin Porter Jr. They picked up Miles Turner. They waived Damian Lillard. They still have Torian Prince. Jericho Sims. He's solid. I like Jericho Sims. I do. Kyle Kuzma. I'm not fond of him at all. But yeah, I'm gonna go over that for Milwaukee Bucks 42 and a half, just because of Giannis. I'm just gonna give Giannis that much respect. What say you, man?
I'm with you there, man. He's always in the conversation of MVP every year for like the last 6 years. And then of course they got Miles Turner. I think they got the strongest front court. I think Miles Turner's a big upgrade from slow ass Lopez. So I mean, and I'll tell you what, man. Every time I watch Lopez and I bet on that guy, he's doing something stupid. Doing something stupid, man. So yeah, and they got Bobby Portis off the bench. They got Jericho Sims, Kuzma. He's never played for anything, so I don't know if he's good or not. I mean, as a Lakers fan, and then he went to the Wizards, where careers go to die, and he was averaging 20 points, but it's the Wizards. You know what I mean? So, but I think they go over just off the strength and muscle of Giannis and Miles.
Yeah, a lot of people saying Giannis is gonna win MVP. I don't think he's gonna win enough games to win MVP. I don't think he's gonna win enough games to seriously be considered. They might give him some votes here or there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna be seriously considered. Next on the docket, we have the Detroit Pistons at 44 and a half. I'm going to go first on this one as well, and I'll let you go first on the next 3. 44 and a half. I'm going to say over. I'm going to say over with the Detroit Pistons. This is I think this is going to be a top 3 to 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren is going to be a year older, a year better. So is Cade. Cade, by the way, last year finished 7th in MVP voting. So, he's going to get better. Asar Thompson, I love him. They get Jaden Ivey back from an injury. They still have Tobias Harris, who's a solid vet. Isaiah Stewart, he wants smoke with everybody. They picked up Duncan Robinson to kind of cover that Malik Beasley role. And they picked up Karis LeVert to cover that Tim Hardaway Jr. role. So, I like that. I like those picks. Ron Holland, I really don't know what to make of him yet. I really don't. But I like this team. Looking at their roster, they're about, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're about 10. Okay, they're 10 deep. They're 10 deep. Because I went to the next page. I didn't like what I saw. But yeah, Marcus Sasser, he's solid. Yeah. What say you?
What was the number? 44 and a half. They won 44 last year. I think they go under. I personally believe that Cunningham's a dog, but I think they overperformed last year.
In the East, though? Like the East?
In the East, I think.
You got Boston under. You know what I'm saying? Like Milwaukee, I think you got, what you had them over?
I got them under, man. Oh, the Bucks? I got them over. Yeah, I got them over.
Okay. I mean, I just think somebody like the Pistons going to beat up on the Hornets of the world, the Wizards, the Nets, the Bulls, the Raptors. Like, they have that playoff experience. I think that they're going to build on it. But go ahead. My bad. Not to cut you off.
Man, I know a lot of people that are Detroit Piston fans, and I just don't like them. So, so it is what it is. I like Cade, but that's it. I just got to stick with it. I don't like the fans, a specific fan. Yeah. And last year, I really do think they overperformed. I really do think that this year, I don't think they can get better, even with the Duncan Robinson. I don't think they could get better.
The Atlanta Hawks, 46 and a half, over under.
The Hawks, man. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under, man. I just don't. I'll never believe in them. I don't know if it's me. I don't think it's the players. I think it's the culture. I think it's upper management. It could be coaching issues too. I mean, they'll have a great roster and just not do anything with it. I haven't seen them do anything since what, like 10 years ago?
2021, they went to the conference finals.
Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, Trae Young, I love Trae Young, man. I really do, but, I just don't believe in him, man. I just can't. I can't.
46 and a half. I'm going to go under, but 46 literally. Like,
yeah,
they're not going to get to 47. I got them like 46, 46 games, 45, 46 games, wins or whatever next season. Trae Young, solid elite point guard. It's going to be way less pressure on him this year to score. You should see way less of those little 35-foot threes that he loves to jack up.
Yep.
So then they got the number 1 overall pick from last year, Zachary Ricochet. They got Dyson Daniels, who finished, I think, top 3 in DPOY. Jalen Johnson got hurt last year. I think he only played like 30-something games. He's really, really fucking good. They got Onyeka Okongwu. He's solid. Kristaps Porzingis. If they can get anything from Porzingis, like 40, 50 games, 60 games from him, that's going to do wonders for Trae Young.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Luke
he's great.
Kennard is an elite sniper. He's an elite three-point shooter. Then they picked up Nickeil Alexander-Walker in a signing trade with Minnesota.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Yeah, like Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
He's nice.
Like the reason why I like Nickeil Alexander, I wanted him for the Rockets, honestly. Like the reason why I like him is because you could play him alongside Trae Young, and when teams try to do that, I'm going to press you 94 feet. I'm going to press you 94 feet and get the ball out your hands. Okay, I'll just get the ball to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He can initiate the offense. Like it's not that big of a deal. And then Zachary Ricochet and Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson, they don't never have to come outside of their position to help with ball handling responsibilities because you have Nickeil Alexander-Walker there who has guard skills, who is a guard in my opinion. So I got them 46 wins exactly. So I guess that's under based on like semantics. But yeah, I think that they do really, really well next year.
The minimum play-in team for sure. At the minimum.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to after this. No, we gotta address this now. If you got them as a play-in, you got the Pistons under, you got the Celtics under. I think you had Philly over. You had over on Philly. Like you don't. So the Hornets you don't have making it. The Wizards you don't have making it. That's 2. The Nets that's 3. The Bulls that's 4. The Raptors that's 5. The Heat I think that's 6 teams. So that's 16 is not making the playoffs. You got 14 more. No, you got 8 more teams. The Hawks are gonna be in there. So you got the Hawks on a lower tier.
Oh yeah. I do have them on a lower tier, but 30. I think 39 wins. I think last year 39 wins made the play-in. So
yeah, but last year again, I understand. But last year they went 40 and 42 last year. But last year Jalen Johnson was hurt, man. That was a big deal.
That's true.
They didn't have Alexander Walker. Like they was giving Garrison Matthews minutes. Like shout out to Garrison Matthews, but no.
You know what we'll have to do? We'll have to do a side bet.
Okay. It's not my team. I'm not betting on the team. It's not my team. Fuck that. What we could do is we could come back mid-season.
Yeah. See who did the best.
Let's do that. Yes. I can watch the video over and write it down and stuff. We got the Orlando Magic 50.5. Over or under on the Orlando Magic?
50.5. Man, I love the Magic, dog. I love the Magic, man. You got my boy Banchero.
Okay.
Duke boy. You got Franz Wagner. And then they upgraded. They got Bane, Anthony Black, and Suggs at the point. They got Tyus Jones too, so they're 3 deep. They're 3 deep at the guard. They got Jace Richardson. They got Tristan Da Silva, Jonathan Isaac. They got France and Moritz, the brothers.
Yeah, they got the
boys. They're gonna play well together. Just off that. I can see them being at the top 3 seeds in the East.
Oh, okay.
I can see them
under 50.5.
Over. They'll get 55.
I got over, easy over on the Orlando Magic, man. Look at the roster, man. Like if you look at what they did last year, 41 and 41 with a myriad of injuries. Even with injuries early on in the season, they were still holding their head above water. It wasn't until the Wagner brothers got hurt and this guy got hurt and this guy got hurt. Yeah. It wasn't until their whole team got decimated that they actually really started to fall off. But that's a really good team in Orlando. I think that honestly, I'm gonna tell you now. That's one of my Eastern Conference picks to go to the conference finals. I got Orlando.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who they're gonna play, but I think it's gonna be Orlando and New York. I think that's what it's gonna be.
And they got that dude Goga Bitadze.
Yeah.
I had bet on him on FanDuel. Like one of the bigs got hurt and he played massive minutes for like a good week. And he hit the over on rebounds. Like this man gets boards. Yeah. This man gets boards. When he's in the game, he's getting boards. Yeah, they're super deep, man. Super deep.
Okay. The New York Knicks, 53.5 over or under. They got a new coach in Mike Brown. What do you say?
I think they go under. Yeah, new scheme. They won 51 last year. They did really good last. I thought they played really good and they won 51. To win 53, more than that, they got to play even better with the new coach, different schematics. I mean, we know what we're going to get from Towns. Ananobi, we don't know. Like I saw him hit a 30 piece and then goes two straight games with like 11 and 12 points. It's like, what's going on? But Brunson, I wish he would just take a little bit less shots. I feel like I watch him play one-on-one too often, and he has a plethora of players. This year, they got Clarkson, Bridges, Harp, Anunoby, Towns, Mitchell Robinson. He could get his high percentage stuff. Yeah, if he can step back, they could be the best team in the East. But I think with a new coach, all that, I think they go under.
I'm gonna surprise you, man. 53 and a half. I got them going over. I got them being a 60-win team. I think they'll do something like what the
Damn.
Cavs did last year. I think that they're going to be something like that. Mike Brown is just going to give them a new voice. I think Tom Thibodeau kind of ran his guys into the ground. He really didn't play a lot. They got a little bit more depth with Jordan Clarkson, as you mentioned, former Six-Man of the Year. Gershon
Yep.
Yabusele, DeLon Wright. I like him as a guard. He's tall, he's big, he's long, he can defend, pause. I hear what you're saying about Jalen Brunson. I think that Mike Brown is gonna utilize Mikal Bridges a lot more and feature
As
him
he
a lot more
should.
at that three spot
Yeah.
with Ananobi a little bit more too. And I think that Brunson won't mind getting off that ball a little bit more with Jordan Clarkson there. I think Jordan Clarkson is a bona fide scorer instead of like a Cameron Payne or Josh Hart, with all due
Mm.
respect to those guys. Like Landry Shamet, for example, is a catch and shoot guy. Cameron Payne is like a catch and shoot guy. He could run the show, but he's not going to run the show when Brunson is on the floor. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think that this team is going to be last year's Cleveland's team. I think that it's going to be them and Orlando in the conference finals, and may the best team win at that point. I really do think that. Last team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 55 and a half wins. We all know last year they went 64 and 18. Are you over or are you under on the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I'm gonna go ahead and just say over. I think they'll be the second seed. Yeah, I think they'll be
Okay.
number two. I think they'll
Okay.
be number two. I like the pick of Alonzo if he could stay healthy.
I do too.
Darius
Yeah.
Garland, I think, is going to miss some time in the beginning, and you got Lonzo. I mean, he could start, and he's good. He's good. Mitchell, I think he's not going to improve, but I think he can mirror what he did last year. I think he has it in him. They got Max Strus who can shoot. Evan Mobley, he's nice. Jarrett Allen, he's nice. I mean, Nance Jr. on DeAndre Hunter, Sam Merrill. I mean, they got a pretty good bench too. So
Yeah.
they're super deep again. They're
Yeah.
super deep again. So I could see. I'm gonna go over.
Um, I think so too. I think that they're going to be like a juggernaut team. They know how to win in the regular season. They play defense. They can score with anybody in the league. They have the guy that can score and pop off like a superstar in any game. They actually have two of those guys. Darius Garland just doesn't do it as consistently, but he can do it. 55 and a half in a week East. I think that they can definitely go over. They're going to smash that over, man. So that's
Yep.
it for that one. That's the Eastern Conference.